Well, you don't know if he ain't speaking no language.
Well, when he was trying to say the stuff, he couldn't say it, and like he just faking it.
Oh, yeah.
Twice a week. If you like what we're doing here, please consider supporting our Patreon. Patreon allows fans of the show to contribute.
Now, so how are we going to bet on the dead flies and no Thanksgiving?
Say what?
I got the bees if we do.
Hold on, how you get to choose the dead flies?
I won the last bet.
You did? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like that game won't be getting bet on.
Yeah, facts.
Y'all terrible.
It's not man terrible. It's man the truth.
Yeah.
Look, every time I bet with the no Thanksgiving, motherfuckers had their team all. Motherfuckers go for career highs playing them and shit. Nah.
You and me both.
And then the dead flies just, even though the dead flies just lost a 12-point lead game.
You better stop calling them the dead flies for Mike get on here.
They the dead flies until they win.
Damn. That bad,
Until they win, they the dead flies. They lucky I don't call it the broke down mosquitoes.
So won't you take no Thanksgiving against them then?
No. Ain't that like throwing my money? All right, I'll take no Thanksgiving. You give me 20 points.
No, sir.
All right. I mean, you give me 20 points, they still might lose by 40.
Nah. That's a pretty even game.
Oh, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's not because them motherfuckers gonna come with Jimmy, BJ.
Yeah, same guys they had all season. Same guys. No different.
Even though we don't know why BJ sat on the bench the whole second half.
Yeah, I don't get that. He must know something that we don't.
called selfish.
Say that again.
It's called being selfish.
Vietnam's most internationally recognized dish, but even within Vietnam, there's an ongoing debate between those who say the more authentic northern style of pho is king, and those who think the true champion is the more beefed up southern style. Today, we'll try both. Finally, put this debate.
Yeah, I like the background right there.
We'll also check out
Somebody got to turn their music off. Man.
I'm about to get my headphones.
Charles, as you think that he good in his house.
Because you know, if you condone sucker shit, you a sucker too.
You see it. You see it.
Now, listen, man. We are here. We are at the end of the regular season. We're going into the playoffs. Then season. We got a lot we can talk about. People starting to fall in line right now. They coming in. Bro, what's up, baby? Bro done asked me for the last 3 weeks. Yo, we doing a Zoom. We here, yo. We getting ready to get it lined up. We're getting ready to talk. He's matched up for the first round.
Oh, he got to turn that off.
Charles, what are you listening to, man?
to wait in line like everyone else.
You watch the whole movie, yo. What are you doing?
All right, I'm good. I got the headphones.
Well, we keep hearing.
Oh, you can still hear shit from my
Yeah,
headphones?
it's loud too.
My bad. Hold on. That's better.
Yeah, that's better right there. Yes, sir.
All right, my bad.
All right, we can get it started right here between the five of us, man. Welcome to the playoffs. This is the preview for the playoffs. Revenge season. Revenge season is here. We got my guy, my statistician Charles Malone, right there.
True.
I got Greg. I got to figure out something, other names for y'all, man. Because like you said, you don't like the spokesman no more. But yeah, so I got to figure out y'all. You know what I mean?
No, his name is good for on here, but on the court, he can't be the spokesman.
Right. I gotta find out another name for him. I got Niece. I'm loving the background page, yo. Niece is doing special things this week. If you ain't following social media, you have a whole lot to say this week on a whole lot of different shit. So I'm loving that. And then Rel, my guy, ready for the playoffs, ready to go in. Both of these teams are ready to go claim a championship that they haven't had. They feel like they've been robbed of the title over the last few sessions. So it's time to see what they can do. What's going on, fellas? Everybody good.
Yeah, we good.
So, as you can see, my background, I got the standings season. Regular season has some teams that I wasn't expecting to be at the bottom were at the bottom. Some teams that I wasn't expecting to be in the middle of the pack. So they might go up or maybe fall even worse. I'm looking at a team right now, looking at Team Fly. I knew they were going to be there. Number one.
Charles, turn that down, Charles.
Yo, just turn that shit off, yo.
I'm not even in there. Hold on, bro. That's
That
not
shit is
even me.
loud, bro.
You ain't got no company, nigga. Turn the shit off.
Hey, can you turn the TV down a little, please?
Oh, you want to act like you got company in there now. Fuck out of here.
I'll say it again. Team Fly. I didn't think they would be the number one overall seed. The way that it
I
started
said, can you turn the TV down a little bit, please?
with Team Vision and Barbecue Chicken, as we already know, I thought those two teams were going to be 1 and 2. The Team Fly, I guess, disrespect them a little bit because they showed everybody their worth. They 7 and 2. They owned the tiebreak over Barbecue Chicken with the first win of the season. They get the number one seed. Barbecue Chicken. I said this 5 weeks ago. I said they was going to be in the mix as one of the best teams in this. People laughed at me and said I was tripping. I said, yo, I'm telling you, power rankings don't matter about standings. They're going to be right there. And sure enough, they're right there with the second overall seed. A team that I'm a little shocked at, and Nice is on here, so he can attest to the Avengers. I didn't think they was going to be on the bottom this time. I thought, if anything, they were going to be between 4 and 5 at worst. But had a couple of hiccups here and there, and now you see where they at. They're in the play-in scenario once again. And then another team, the Grumpy Old Men. Me, and this might be another form of disrespect coming just from me. I thought the Grumpy Old Men were going to come back and be right at 4 or 5 matchup. They've been hanging around that 1, 2, 3 spot the whole session. So I'm going to go ahead and get a floor to you guys. I'm going to go ahead with Nice first since he jumped on here first. Nice, what's your thoughts on the season, bro?
Like you said, we had a lot of hiccups. You see people left the team, got people join the team, but then don't show back up anything else. So it was just a whole lot of turmoil throughout the whole season. I just wanted to, I ain't gonna say I just wanted to get to the playoffs because there was a point where I kind of just wanted this shit over. And I was vocal about it. I straight was like, if it wasn't for everybody being in the playoffs, I would have been fine with just not going in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Type thing. So just being honest. But we I think I'm glad Grumpy Old Men is on it because I thought that was a good win. Like I think they have a real good team. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like I think they should probably been like 1 or 2 if they just played. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't look at it as like, oh, this just a team that whatever, it's the last game. I was like, no, I looked at the schedule. I said, that's a big game. I was like, we need to go in here and get a win. Regardless, it was 3 points, but I thought it was against a real good team or whatever. So, here we are again. The playoffs. It ain't just us. It's all going to boil down to attendance for everybody. whoever has the best attendance and people team show up, that's what's probably going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not looking at the ranks right now. Only thing I'm concerned about right now is who's the dudes we play, the black and pink team, um, Unorthodox Kings.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. I'm not worried about nothing else because at this point, everybody that will play in the playoffs already beat us. So it's time, if you get a chance to get back. So this is a whole new season. I'm not worried about nothing else down the line. I just feel like we got to get one game at a time. Just
That's
walk it
good.
down.
It's the only way you can look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I would say Avengers, y'all did have a good win, but that's what me GMing went wrong. I kind of let my guys know the standings. The last couple weeks of the season when we didn't had no Zoom calls, but I was still texting Greg about the standings. And once my guys saw that Division One and knew that our spot was secured at 3, the game against the Avengers, the guys didn't really have no umph to it because of the fact that we knew our seeding wasn't going to change. But I don't take nothing away against the Avengers because they played a good game. I think that's probably the worst game we played all year, and we still was one bucket away. If Stuckey makes that layup, we're playing to win instead of playing for desperation 3. But like I said, I don't take nothing away from the Avengers, but that's when I said GM and for me went wrong because I gave the guys the standings because or the whole year I was kind of being naked about it, like not letting them know nothing. And then once the season was winding down, I was giving them the standings and giving them the rankings and stuff like that. And I think once because the guys got there early and they saw that Division beat the Young Boys, and they knew that we was already in the 3rd seed, regardless what happened. That took a lot of spunk out of us playing how we normally play. Um, but like I said, we got the draw, we got a tough draw. But everybody was locked in, ready to go. Um, because this is what it's what we played for the playoffs. We had a disappointing ending last session, and like I said, we talked about it all just about all weekend, and like I said, everybody locked in, healing up, ready to go. We're playing tomorrow to kind of get ready for Tuesday, and like I said, man, we're gonna give it a go.
Y'all my sleeper team because you never know what you're gonna get. But y'all out of every team that's in it, Grumpy Old Men is my sleeper.
Grumpy Old Men got the current MVP, I think. So they definitely gonna be the tough. They gonna be the tough matchup for anybody.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
Mimi is the game changer.
I'm gonna be 100%. I think it's a lot of good matchups here in the playoffs because everybody's been saying for the last 3 to 4 weeks that the games have been kind of boring because we've been seeing a lot of blowouts. But I think
Greg, you breaking up something bad, bro. You breaking up something bad.
You hear me now? Y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now what I was saying was over the last few weeks, everybody been saying that the session has been a little dry because we've been seeing a lot of blowouts. But I think with the playoffs and the matchups, especially with some of the matchups that we have early, it's going to be crazy on who's going to win what. And I'm going to be honest, that 3-6 matchup between the Goonies and Grumpy Old Men, that's a potential championship game for real matchup. And now we get that in the first round. This is what I mean by cheating matters. This is what I mean by, you have to make some noise through the regular season where all the games count. Because now a team like the Goonies, they could upset Grumpy Old Men in the first round. That could be a big time upset. And a lot of people wouldn't even call it an upset because of what's going on.
Well, it depends. I wouldn't call it an upset. It just depends on who comes to play. Because I think out of all the matchups in the first round, that 3-6 matchup, if everybody shows up, if everybody on the team shows up, that's the most evenest game out of the whole first round of the playoffs.
You think that'd be a more even game than the Avengers going up against Barbecue Chicken if the Avengers get past the Unorthodox Kings?
I think the Goonies and The Goonies and Grumpy Old Men is a more that's a more even game.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough game. We looking at it as whatever happened in the regular season don't matter because we beat him in overtime in the regular season with a questionable call. So that game was nip and tuck the whole way through. And it's just one of them games where we know all them guys going to show up. We know Gus and JP and Kimati, all them guys going to be there. But like you said, it's going to be a war. It's going to be a dogfight.
Right.
Um,
And
it's just one of them things where we got to strap up, ready to go. We know how to play them. We've been playing them for years in different leagues and stuff, and they know what to expect from us. So, like you said, man, it just going to be a war. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a war.
And the reason I say it's even is because with every game, other than that, there's a mismatch on those two teams. If they two teams are fully stacked, there's no mismatch.
I told him, I said, let me speak to your mom. But he told me I couldn't, but I can talk to you.
Go get a phone to your mother.
So you think that? Say that one more time, Charles. I like that though.
I was saying if like everybody shows up on both their teams, there's no mismatch. Like on the other games, you got sort of a mismatch. It's always one position where it's a mismatch. From the Avengers to barbecue chicken teams, it's a mismatch. It's one mismatch. I'm not gonna put it out there between, because your team, those y'all teams, y'all know. But the 3-6 matchup, if everybody shows up, that everybody's even. There's no mismatch at all.
You lying to me.
I don't see one.
What you see, Greg? If everybody shows up for Grumpy Old Men
and what?
First round matchup.
Grumpy Old Men go as far as Mimi take them. Outside of Mimi and possibly Fonzo, who you game planning for? Who you game planning for? Okay. Mo gonna get his, but you're not checking for that. But Mo gonna end up with 20. Because that's just how he plays.
But see that, and that's what you just said it right there. You had to check. You had to check.
You should have saying that they match up well. They don't. What I said was to me, they're the sleeper team because as a collective unit, Mimi can charge that engine. But Rel subbing is horrible. And at the wrong time, he makes some horrible subs. And you know it. Y'all gonna sit on here and play face because he here, but fuck that.
I ain't say, hold on. I said the teams match up. Okay. I said teams match up evenly. I didn't say nothing about coaching. I said teams. You did not hear me say coaching. But then when you said coach, now you said the
listen,
coaching.
But I agree with you. Rel just said he know that they're gonna bring Gus. Who matches up with Gus on that team? Okay, let's move to the next one. All right. So JP, who matches up with JP? All right, let's move to the next one. Who matches up with Kamante? Now I could say Fonzo and Kamante or Baseball Dave if he show up.
Right.
But that'll be a game where Dave can't play. You got to keep Dave on the side. You got to use his IQ and let him talk. Because that game gonna be too fast for him, and he's not gonna do anything with Gus. So don't even waste it.
Right.
Grumpy Old Men can win that game if they play smart.
You know, when I say Grumpy Old Men can win that game, we talking about matchups here, right?
Right.
If Charlie Rock plays, that's the person that Gus will have to check, and that's where they can say, "Cool, Charlie Rock, go get Gus, go back at Gus," because anything Gus give you, Charlie Rock got to give it right back. So
that's the main component we was missing on Thursday because we didn't have no guy that could hit that mid-range jump shot.
And that's why I said if everybody shows up, That's the even matchup.
Yeah, that's the thing we was missing Thursday.
See,
That
I think they was missing baseball day of Saturday. I mean Thursday.
That
Now,
too. We was
Thursday-
missing Dev and Charlie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean,
but
to attack that
Thursday,
zone. But like I said
Thursday
before,
game, bro. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Well, on Thursday game, I really think baseball devs turn the whole game around because now you get extra score on the perimeter that makes the defenders
Right.
have to defend it.
yeah, like I said, I agree with you too, bro. It's just one of them things where baseball dev was out of town because of baseball dev.
Right.
You know what I mean? So because the holiday weekend, he playing in tournaments and stuff like that. So that hurt us. You know what I mean?
Who did y'all play on Thursday again?
The Avengers. The Avengers.
Avengers.
Oh,
I didn't even know Swole was on here.
I mean,
Yeah, I just saw him too. What's up, yo?
y'all just ain't play with no sense of urgency on Thursday.
That's what they just.
All right,
That's the thing I was just talking about because of the fact that
I felt like y'all
guys
played
the
down
seat.
to the level of your competition.
Put that down.
No, it wasn't that. I showed the guys the seeds prior to the game. So what happened was when the team Vision won, I mean when Tim and them team won, they knew that we couldn't move up in the standings at all. So we knew we was locked in the third seed.
Okay.
So with me showing them that, the energy wasn't there because we wasn't playing for the second or the first seed.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. But I don't take nothing away from the Avengers because they played a good game. But what I'm saying to you is a lot of times when you tell them too much and they know like, okay, we playing for the third seed, so really not fuck this game. And you know what I mean? So it really wasn't no sense of urgency for us because we knew we was already locked in the third seed.
That's not a good way of going into the playoffs.
You're absolutely right. That's not a good way of going into it. You're absolutely right. I agree with you on that. But like that's why I said I fucked that up because I should never told them. And the weeks we haven't been on the Zoom, I'm still texting Greg about the seedings, what's going on, where we at.
We all have shit. I was
but it's just one of them things where
I
told him. Y'all just dancing
like
all
last
around
week
the top.
I told him.
Y'all dancing all around the topic, man. The topic was, do they match up well with Swole in them?
Yeah, I think we do match up.
I want to talk about
if everybody shows up, it's gonna be how it was in the regular season. Who gets the ball last in crunch time to win the game?
What's up, good bro?
Do they match up with y'all?
Listen.
I'm listening, nigga. I'm asking you a question.
Do they match up with us? No.
Yes.
But I mean,
explain to them why.
Why?
Yeah. Because I think they the sleeper team. And I also think they can beat y'all if they play to their strengths. But I don't think they match up with y'all at all.
Hold up, G. Wait up, Swole. Wait up real quick, Swole. Who is the sleeper team for you again, Greg?
Grumpy Old Men.
So I'm just asking a question. I'm putting a little bit of a spark out here. How is the third overall seed a sleeper team?
They the third overall seed by fucking default, nigga. They don't scare anybody.
Okay.
All of y'all on here don't sit on here and act like they do. They don't scare.
So
when y'all look at the schedule, y'all be like, all right, we got Grumpy Old Men. That's cool.
Okay.
But when y'all play teams like Barbecue Chicken, or y'all play Barbecue Chicken,
that's how Greg said it last session with the Blue Demons. We was second seed, but wasn't nobody scared of us because of what the fuck I had on my team.
That's
so
the reason.
I respect where you coming from with that.
But that right there is the reason why I said that though. Was because last session.
The good thing about this is you legit have about 4 teams that really can win it all.
Right.
This session, whereas last session it was like, we know Barbecue Chicken gonna walk through everything.
Grumpy Old Men one of them 4. They can go on. They can win this.
Yeah. Grumpy Old Men definitely is like I ain't gonna lie. I was praying for them, but I was like, dang, I'd rather have played them to get to the championship. Like our road to the championship is like 2 back-to-back bangers, like 2 back-to-back super upsets. everything. Like we got to
That's why I
play.
said
We
before you
got to
got
play.
that's
We
why I
got
said
to play.
you got
Play.
that all the regular season games show right here why it matters
I
because
mean, and the thing is, to be honest with you, that's why I like this whole Zoom thing. I was mad we wasn't on for a couple weeks and stuff because it like you felt like you scheduled all the good games towards the what's coming. But it's just like how the NBA play out. Yeah, they put big games in the beginning to sell the crowd and get the viewers to tune in, but nobody start playing until the second half of the season.
mm-hmm.
And the first half of the season losses hurt a team like mine. You feel me? The biggest one was us losing the first game of the season to grumpy old men, and then losing to the young boys, getting spanked by the young boys, not losing to them, getting spanked by the young boys because the seeding came into play. Like even if we would have beat BD and them, we fuck around would have played them again next week. So it was like, yeah, like you feel me? Like
Right.
that.
Exactly.
So it don't hurt us right now that we lost to them, but at least we know where we
Hey, man, can
stand
you do
at
me a favor? Can you get me one of my notebooks too, please?
competitively. What we have to change,
You heard me?
what we have to attack
Can you
going
get me one of my
into
notebooks?
the possible second meet.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, man. I think that matchup might be what we call the BSN signature, and the reason why I say that is just like last session when the Bees went up against Barbecue Chicken in a classic game in the playoff.
Took them to the wire.
I think this game is going to the wire. It could even go to overtime. That's how good I think that matchup is going to be when y'all match up. Now I'll say this before, and I didn't get a chance to because we didn't do it a couple times. You asked for that game to be later in the session. I gave it to you week 9, and you came and you played your ass off, bro. You played some basketball.
I could have did more. I left a little bit. I left a little bit out there. I could have did more.
Yeah, but your team played like shit though.
Yeah, I mean, we just went away from what was working. So, like, I felt like a lot of our players start making it personal instead of just sticking to what got us to be in the league because we got it down 43-45. Came down, had 4 straight bad possessions.
Mm-hmm.
2 bad threes by JP. I think it was a scramble. I saved the ball to Camonte. He missed the 3. And then it was like another bad 3. I don't know if it was Ryan who shot it or Rocky who shot it. Not sure. But
that was Rocky because Ryan wasn't in the game because he was claiming he was tired.
I felt like Kendall was the difference maker in the second half for him. He changed the momentum of the game with hitting 4 to 5 threes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. So when we was missing, they was hitting.
Mm-hmm.
It changed the complexion of the game. Like,
but let me question real quick, Swole, and this is just for matchup purposes in my mind. I know we going in with 12. We know you got to make sure your roster is at that same 12 that you're going to stick with for the whole entire playoffs. I'm looking at y'all. I like the fact that you brought in Gus for that one game. I think y'all brought Big Jai in for a game. What are you going to do in these playoffs? Is Big Jai and Gus both playing? Or you just saying, hey, look, we're going to roll with one and not the other?
Of course, my guys are coming, bro. My guys are coming. I got faith in everybody I brought to the team. This team was assembled to knock down the last season champions. I didn't assemble a team to be like, oh, nah, yo ain't playing, this, that, and the third. But again, we have to understand personnel. When you sub a certain person in the game, they not in the game to just keep running up and down the court. You got to feed my big fella. You feel me? You want him to play some defense? You got to feed my big fellas.
So that's what you think
shooting
barbecue
all
chicken.
these threes and just and the big men just run up and down the court for nothing. We're not doing that.
So that's what you think barbecue chicken weakness is.
Wait up, Charles. Greg, I'm
Yeah.
waiting, laughing about this. What are you laughing about? Go ahead, tell him, yo. Say it, yo.
I'm laughing at Charles because I know where Charles going. I'm not laughing at Swole is absolutely correct.
Right, I know. I want to see what you say.
Charles, go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say, so you think that's barbecue chicken weakness? They don't have the big men.
No, they don't have the big men. They don't have the big men, and they don't have the shot blockers. But at the end of the day, you have to run them off the three. They will kill you with the three. That's
so
their
game.
game.
Hold on. Let me get this one. Swole, everyone say that, but I watch every game. Chad hits anywhere between 5 to 6 threes, and they wide open.
But
and
listen,
you just said, listen to what you just said.
Listen,
you got to run them off the three.
Listen, what I'm saying. They didn't go with my game plan for Chad, right? They went the total opposite of what I went for. I wanted to put Damo on Chad only because you have to make Chad uncomfortable. You have to make Chad a dribbler, a driver, a facilitator. You cannot leave Chad at all. He perfected the corner three.
So you was going to take your best on-ball defender and put him on Chad?
Yeah, because I mean, what if O shoot 50 times? Yeah, he gonna hit a lot of them.
But listen to that logic, though, Swole. You hoop, yo.
You hoop.
Yeah, why would you put you
taking that man? You taking your best on-ball defender and putting him on a guy who run off screens and picks, and then you gonna get your ass killed by Fresh because no one else left on that roster to stand in front of that.
Swole. When you in the game, when you in the game, Swole, why don't you play Chad?
Listen,
because you just said barbecue chicken don't have no big men.
Listen. If I play Chad, Gus has to be there. If Gus there, I'll play Chad. But you can't take your best rebounder to play a jump shooter and no one gets no rebounds. We got killed on second chance points alone because they was long rebounds. God's supposed to get them. Motherfuckers sitting there waiting for a motherfucker to get the rebound. We was getting killed on the second chance points.
But that's why you're supposed to put the light-skinned guy, what's his name, JP, PJ?
Who?
The shooter, the light-skinned guy.
Who, JP Ghost?
Put him on Chad.
He wasn't there.
He wasn't that last game, though.
He wasn't there.
Let me know when you're ready.
He wasn't there.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this the whole thing. I think y'all really are disrespecting the grumpy old men because remember, for them to even talk about going to barbecue chicken, they gotta be grumpy old men.
He looking past them.
I ain't looking past them.
I'm still on the line, bro. I'm hearing what's going on.
Listen. They know what they got coming to them. Like we let the first one slip, and the first one really ended on a controversial, missed call. So we know what's up. But
hold up, stop. Nope. You know why?
Yeah, y'all know what's up. Y'all know the best player in the league.
We have two referees on the phone.
I'm gonna say no on that, and the reason why I'm gonna say no on that because y'all blew a lead.
We did blow a lead. That's
and the only reason we went to overtime in that game was because of JP Ghost hitting a clutch 3-pointer, and then y'all took him out in overtime for Todd.
That's understandable. I understand what you're saying, but in the midst of that game, it was a blown call. It supposed to have been bucket count and a free throw. We got two referees on the phone. The man, that shit came out of Camonte's hand. He hit the bucket and it posed him in a free throw.
No, it shouldn't even been that way because when baseball dev stripped Kiamante fouled him and he ain't get no call.
No, he got the
that
kind
of changed.
He got the one.
No, not that one. The one in regulation, not the one in overtime. The one in regulation. You know what I mean? When Dev stole it, and Dev went for a lap, came out, they fouled him, and Dev missed a lap. Then that's
3 minutes, man.
Down and hit the 3. That's when y'all came down and the light skinned dude hit the 3 to send it to
All right.
overtime.
It's,
So that was the
it's
whole
gonna
thing.
be a showdown, bro. Don't think I'm overlooking y'all, but
Yeah,
it's
we know what we got, but like you said,
it's definitely gonna be a
yeah,
dog
it
fight,
is what
though.
it is. You know what I mean? You gotta promote your squad. I understand that. But like
You
I
got
said before, it just we know it's gonna be a war. You know it's gonna be a war. That's all it is. It's gonna be a war. It's gonna be about matchups, it's gonna be about discipline, it's gonna be about making the rotations. You know what I mean? It's gonna be about, defensive rebounding, getting back, all the little things, man, because we didn't play against each other for so long. It's
So
going to
long.
be about X's and O's, and it's going to be about who wants it more. And that's what it's going to be about, who wants it more.
The
You know what I mean?
the league definitely disrespected us, though, making us the 7 o'clock game, though. But we're gonna keep that,
what
That's
day
true
y'all
too.
play? Y'all
we're
play
gonna keep
Tuesday
that
or
but
Thursday?
Tuesday. We definitely
Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
we definitely need a flex time on that. But
Yeah,
you know what
no
I'm saying?
shit. You know what I mean? This is my
I ain't
first day going
So,
back to work.
but
I'm
tell me
like,
this
oh
though.
man.
But tell me this though. How is that disrespect? It's the playoffs. Everybody got
it's
good
the playoffs.
matchups.
I love it. I love it. I love
I
the
mean,
you gotta kick the
somebody got to
playoffs
go
off with a
first, yo.
bang. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
understand. It's a marketing tool. I
But
got what you're saying. We
you
got to
don't
play
want to
that.
have no boring game first, and then draw the crowd out and everybody leave and go home. So
I know. We understand that. We got you. We understand that.
The
We understand
the
you
for real.
see how Rel
the
smiling? That's
crowd
because the
gonna go home
MVP
after
on
the
his
first
team.
game anyway. The crowd gonna go home after the
No,
first game
not.
anyway.
That's
Don't
true
nobody want to
too.
see.
I think
Don't
they
nobody
out of
want to
there.
see them two playing games.
Yeah.
Disrespectful out here today.
So what you
Don't
saying
nobody
is,
want. Don't
Nobody
nobody
want
want.
to see that. They supposed to be
Don't nobody care
first.
about them bottom fours.
Yeah.
so what you saying is no F's given and broken mosquitoes ain't gonna be no game.
See, there you go. There you go, Charles. You said mosquitoes. Come on, bro.
They brought the old bees back up 15
They
and
looking
still
good though.
blew the game. And still blew the game,
They
bro.
looking
So
good
y'all
though.
but y'all get mad when I call them the dead flies. I told them they the dead flies until they win the game.
Like it
Well,
just, bro.
we got some extra flair for that 9-10 matchup. Cause what we doing, they not gonna have a basketball game. You might as well get your camera. We gonna have.
Who
Listen,
played at 9 o'clock? Is it no F's given and
no,
who
they
else?
don't play at 9 o'clock. They play
What y'all
9
doing?
o'clock.
Y'all doing the TBT rules? What is it called? Ending rules.
Elam's in it.
Elam ending rules.
First
No,
team was 65.
no, we gonna have that shit gonna look like WWE. Yo. We gonna have some ladders. We gonna have a
But
big ass.
the thing about it is too, me and my guys been talking about is, are the refs going to ref or they going to be fans? That's another thing too, because we all know Stroh, we love him. We all know Nate, we love him. You know what I mean? But
Let me stop you. I don't even think Stroll is gonna be there because
He's gonna be out of town. He's gonna be out of town.
okay.
Yeah, he go to Vegas.
What I'm doing, listen to me.
So,
what I'm doing.
can we vote for the third ref? Because
this is what I'm doing.
No, I apologize.
We don't want Jamal. I'm gonna tell you that.
He'll be there Tuesday.
He'll be there too.
All I'm saying is, I don't know who he's got. I'm just gonna make an executive decision on one referee that can't be there. Okay?
I might ref.
I might even have Greg ref a game. I don't know.
Ref.
But I just know one referee won't be there.
I'll make
Greg might
I'm not
keep
refereeing.
Rose a
I'm not
motherfucker.
refereeing.
I got to check Greg pockets before he put the whistle in his mouth. He might keep Rose some shit. You know what I'm saying? I heard he was scared to put the 200
I do bet on
up.
the games. You're right. Yeah,
I heard you
was
scared. I heard you might have been $200 richer today if you wasn't scared to make that bet. I heard you was scared to go with barbecue chicken against us.
Because
I bet every game barbecue chicken.
Yeah, KX said he had 200
against you, and you
ain't take the bet.
He a lying ass. He did like this. When I said bet it, he zipped his lip and said, "You can look at the camera. It's on the camera."
All right. Look, let's go to these play-in games, man. So 7 versus 8. The Unorthodox Kings going up against the Avengers. I'm gonna say this. Both of these teams have like the ultimate rosters because they bring so many different people. I done watched the Unorthodox Kings bring about 15, 20 people. I done seen the Avengers, because they had so many people quit the team, bringing more pieces to the team.
So I think that matchup is gonna be interesting. If
that motherfucking big man they brought, boy, he was shooting a level out the ball. I don't know who the fuck he is.
you
The
talk
one
about
they iced him out from getting 30. But
Youngin, yeah.
Shorty was shooting he was shooting a level out that motherfucker.
I'll say that.
He talking about whole league.
Yeah, if they bring the right 12, I'm talking about the unorthodox Kings.
If him and Yo that dropped the 50 ball, if they can somehow bring their best games, they might can give barbecue chicken a run for their money on Thursday. Because I got them. I ain't gonna say that. Yeah, I got them losing because Headband Dave and Stro, you put them two together, they give you nothing. Like Dev don't rebound and Stro ain't aggressive enough. Stro played a great game last game, but it took the whole season for him to show that. Like he was out there stealing minutes the whole season. Like I say Nice on his bench saying thank you, finally, this, that, and the third. You shouldn't be having to say that to a motherfucker who grew up hooping all his life. Like
that's why I think the Avengers win that game, man, because they got a little bit more IQ than unorthodox Kings, man. If the right group show up for the Avengers, I think they're going to outsmart them down the stretch to win that game.
I'm looking at the Avengers. If Big Bird, Big Kev, Barry, Tion, Al, that five right there can make noise. Because and then watching Older Selby showed why he was actually brought to the team this past week going up against you guys. Because
that might have been a fluke game.
I already say did he?
Could have been swole, but guess what? He played great.
They played a great game. They played a great game. They was hitting. But my thing is, how do you play when shit ain't going your way? When shit ain't. It's what you do to affect the game when you not scoring. That's where you gotta draw the line at. Like Dev don't be scoring, but he don't give you no rebounds either. Mm-hmm. Dev too athletic to not give you nothing. Like that's what I be mad about Dev with.
That's my point. Dev shouldn't be in the set of having to play big minutes all the time. You have to know your personnel. He should not even be starting. I'm just being real. And Dev, my guy, Dev shouldn't be starting. Should be Barry, Tion, Al, in my opinion. Those three, and then you got two bigs. That's good enough right there. Let Barry actually run the point. Because Barry can bring the ball up, he can control the ball, he can set some shit up and play through the bigs.
Do they bring Tone?
That's it.
Or they leave Tone home?
That's another problem.
Tone and Ty Burn.
You gotta bring you bringing both of them there?
I'm bringing at least one of them
for the playoffs.
I'm bringing at least one of
them. The playoffs are always gonna be tough because of it's all boiled down to minutes. Like if people want to be like, yo, I'm gonna sacrifice my minutes for the team, or I want to play because the game is thick, or I feel like I can contribute. Stuff like that. It's always egos because that's what happened with Grumpy Old Man last session was they brought everybody in on the playoffs. Everybody was subbing everybody. Yep. And that's why they didn't make it beyond the first round because nobody wanted to come out the game.
Right.
And if it threw off the chemistry.
I think y'all gonna go through that same problem a little bit as well.
No, you be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Because y'all backcourt, in my opinion, should be D and Camonte. I think that should be your starting backcourt off the rip. And then neither one of them is going to really want to come out. Especially if that game get good. That 3-6 matchup game get good. Camonte ain't coming out that game.
It's going to get good. I don't think it's going to be a blowout regardless.
Oh, no, it's not going to be a blowout.
But it's going to get good regardless.
That can go either way.
Yeah,
it's a 40-minute game. That's it. It's a 40-minute game.
Oh, we're gonna make sure that game get at least 45 minutes.
I just want to see what my personal MVP of this session do. That's all I want to see.
Right. Now let me go to this other matchup.
So you saying Mimi should get MVP?
Hell yeah.
I agree.
Hell yeah.
I think
agree.
for this session, unless we switching topics before we go to the other matchup. This session alone, I think everybody has said it was two people that could have been the MVP and it went to one. Mimi and Spank were the MVP favorites early. After James did his thing in them first 3-4 games, then James had a little dip when Terry played with them. And then it was like, yo, it's Spank and Mimi. But the one that was been consistent the whole time was Mimi. The whole entire BSN panel was
it's Mimi by a landslide.
Yeah, it's Mimi by far.
Like once I told motherfuckers that
shit he did 2 games ago.
Once they added Kobe, that took
that shit he did 2 games ago was ridiculous.
Once they added Kobe, that took Spank out the picture.
Tuesday, man.
Once they added Kobe, that took Spank out the picture. Spank ain't. I don't think Spank had double figures the rest of the season. Like,
but you know what's funny? It's about the sacrifice.
But Roger turned this game up because Roger was looking like some shit in the beginning of the season, and then he had his man, and he. But see, I
wish I had a cameraman with me because to catch those interviews that I be trying to do afterwards. When you hear a guy like Spank say, "I understand that I was in the MVP running, but I'm not worried about that because we want to win as a team. I'm willing to sacrifice for us to win."
He told me that too.
And that's what you're talking about. And that's what you talk about for the playoffs. Who's going to sacrifice to help their team?
They gonna run into a what's calling too though. They gonna run into the minutes thing on they end too because you adding Van into the mix. So if you put Van in there, do Roger still get his same shots? Do Kobe still get his same shots?
Man,
Spank still get his same shots.
You already know which one. Listen, younger Selby got to sit down. He gonna have to sit down. It's just being facts. He got to be the one that sacrificed. They
kept the wrong Selby.
Younger Selby's trash.
You said he kept the wrong Selby.
I think he just.
I don't think so, yo. I really think if older Selby was there,
he'd be more under control.
He'd be more under control, but what do he give them with a team that just keeps throwing up a lot of shots?
But see, you got to keep pace with Team Fly. If you don't keep pace with them, they'll blow you out.
Yeah.
Because they don't really defend. They just outscore motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I think they're the smartest team, in my opinion.
What we beat them by?
The smartest team.
What we beat them by? What we beat Team Fly by? We spanked them, right?
I gotta go back and look at it, but I think they're the smartest. Now, I ain't saying they're the best talented team. I think they're the smartest. But here we go. The other Tuesday matchup that they're going to be playing for the BSN Money in the Bank trophy to determine if they're coming back for another session.
We only talking about them for 2 minutes. Fuck this shit.
9 versus 10. Killer Bees versus No F's Given. I'm asking the panel that's all here right now. Who's winning that matchup? The Bees or No F's?
The Bees gonna win, man. The Bees gonna win by like 8 points, man. They gonna win, man.
I can give No F's,
man.
If it end in a tie, can both of them be eliminated?
Yes. It's 7 and 8 will 7 and 8 will both go advance to the play in their spot. I got mess with them. You know what I'm saying? They my guys over there.
I gotta go with the Bees only because me and Charles bet on the game.
Charles, who you got?
He got No F's.
I'm not betting the game. I'm not against. Man, look, I gave No F's Given 10 points and they lost by 30. No,
and I took them and you gave me 25 and they lost by 30.
Ain't no way. I got the dead flies on that one.
Hey, if Jump hooked on the death there, he makes a difference.
Exactly.
If he don't show up, the Bees going.
Look, y'all listen. Y'all killed them so bad.
If Jimmy's there, then we can say they beat by double figures.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jimmy makes a difference for that team, man.
Jimmy's the X factor.
Yeah, Jimmy's the X
Because if
factor.
Jimmy was there just last week, Thursday, they won that game.
I'm still mad that they lost that game division with the 4.5 players, man. That was ridiculous.
I didn't even know Terry Favre played, bro, until I seen Joe Pace's story, yo. Like, they lost and Joe Pace made a great move and got hung in the air. I thought he was ready to reverse bang that motherfucker. I said, oh shit, Joe Pace might be halfway back.
Yeah.
And he got hung in the air.
Joe Pace did the crossover, went through, hung in the air a little bit for 1 second, hit the rim.
Yeah.
And did the T-Rex. But listen, I'm just saying this right here, in my opinion, for the B. I've watched that thing right there is probably the craziest watch. I've watched them have leads, blow leads, lose games, get blown out. I've watched them do this shit 3 times now, what they just finished doing against Vision on last week. You can't keep winning these games by 18 points and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, just infighting on your own team, lose the game.
If they had Dot and won the whole season, they don't finish with the record that they finished with.
Because they have that energy. They have that,
they don't finish with the
I'm not
record.
even gonna lie to you.
I get them 2 more wins with Juan.
Juan hyped them up on the bench, and they was playing great.
Well, what happened was at that halftime, Joey came out and said, "Don't guard none of them dudes. They can't shoot," and that's exactly what happened. Nobody.
Hold
on.
Hold on. So Joey said the most disrespectful stuff I've ever heard in my life. Let them shoot and let them shoot layups. They can't hit nothing.
Yo, that was disrespectful, yo, and that's what happened.
But that's what happened. He's like, they can't even hit layups. Let them shoot.
It was bad.
Once again, second season in a row, this guy fumbled another team. PJ, bro, what was you doing, bro?
I think PJ he be doing too much, yo. He be doing too much. You talk about that travel at the end, right?
The travel, the missed layup,
the dumb. Yeah, I don't know.
The stupidity. He's a guard, bro. You're a guard. You supposed to make the best decision possible, and you just keep making fumbling plays, bro. You killed the Avengers last season with the dribbling into the trap, and then this last game you go for a layup and then you travel, bro. I don't.
So let's go to.
It's BJ fault. I felt like BJ should have been in the game.
We spent 2.5. That's not good, man. We already gonna leave that alone. We walking off.
I don't already start.
Why did BJ check himself? Why did BJ check himself out?
He said he was hurt.
Okay. So he hurt going into the playoffs too?
I don't know. That's what he said.
If he hurt going into the playoffs, then jump up and death come.
I think
they don't have no guards. I don't have no faith in.
Somebody call Mario Van Peebles and tell him to make sure he there for the game. That make it good. That make it better. The 4-5. This matchup I'm a little disappointed in, and I think that the Vision they'll take this win. The Vision going up against the Young Guns. If it's a completely different season, and it's because the Young Guns don't have the young guns. If they had those young boys, though, and I'm gonna be honest, this is for the whole entire rosters, all of the teams that's in this shit. If the Young Guns had all their young guns, I think that team could have potentially pushed for a championship. But right now, with what I've seen, I know Dave gonna try to coach his team up, but they're not beating Vision, and Vision bring all their pieces. And when I say all their pieces, if they bring Lamb, if they bring James, and they bring Pace, and they bring Dev that just finished knocking the nets off this week, and they come complete, it's no way in the world that Vision is losing in the Young Guns. So I'm picking Vision to beat the Young Guns, and that's with an asterisk, because if Bug and both Jays is there, it's a completely different ball.
So out of all the motherfuckers that was down Lansdowne, Dave came back with that bag of shit. I'm disappointed in him. I wanted to give him Coach of the Year, but I would rather have forfeited the game and just sent in some names that was going to be on my playoff roster.
No, he
than
still
show
get
up.
he still get coach of the year because all you niggas is seasoned vets. He had a bunch of teenagers and they was whipping you fast.
But
So
these motherfuckers 10 years younger than us. So
right.
them
So if he can coach
motherfuckers
them up to be all that
More than
wisdom,
10.
to be all that wisdom, he get coach of the year, yo.
well for Pharrell, 25 years younger. But god damn, like
Yeah,
I ain't mad
I
at you picking
wanted-
up Brandon, but who was the other guy you picked up? Bro looked like he was a fan at that. Like
one that was fumbling the ball every time he got it. I don't know where the hell he came from. Like,
yeah, like
What's
Now,
my
I will
man
say
name?
this- I will say
What's
this
my
to
name?
y'all,
The point guard. The point guard that they had.
you talking about the one with the bush?
No, dark skin, yo. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking
young
about.
man, that
Shorty? Yeah.
That man.
young-
No, what's his name? Because he played last year on the
you
last
talking about
session.
Naughty.
No, not Naughty. What's the other dude that the young guns had? You know the dude. He dark skin. He played with who did he play with last year? He played with somebody last year. Last session, I mean,
Who,
for the
Perk?
young guys.
Perk?
Yeah,
Huh?
Perk.
Oh, you talking about Perk.
Perk, yeah. Perk was a good matchup for him, but like you said, Brandon ain't start hitting until late. But they was living and dying.
He got fouled. He got fouled on that 3 to tie the game up.
Yeah.
He got fouled.
I'm gonna say this today in reference to that game, and Greg, you can attest. I think that was a bad call that did not get called. He got hit clear as day on his hand shooting that 3, and I'm like, damn, yo, y'all ain't give him that one, and then y'all let him.
You know why?
I agree.
You know why they ain't get that one? The game
listening.
started 20 minutes late.
Yep.
If the game started on time, they would have called that call.
There you go.
Because they walked their asses down. They walked
their asses down. But that's what happens when you come to the game late.
Yep.
Refs ain't trying to go into no overtime. They ain't trying to. That's exactly what happened.
That's
if
why they
started on time.
Like,
he
bro,
got
that was
call.
Foul, but you not calling that shit there. That hurt. That hurt.
I was on there. I said, "Oh my God!" And I looked at it. I said, "The game started 20 minutes late. That's why they ain't call that call." I said, "That's crazy." He got fouled clear as day. Clear as fucking day. Spank fouled the shit out of him, but the fact that the game.
Then what happened? Once he got fouled, Brandon cried, and they went down and got a layup. You know what I mean? And that's how it goes.
Listen, bro, it's so fucking hard to remain competitive when something blatant like that happens. Because I fall victim to it when they don't call out of bounds on a play instead of calling foul. Clearly, when you see somebody dribble the ball out of bounds, and you know you gotta call a foul, because my thing is, motherfuckers is playing defense. So we gotta know what's good defense, what's not so great defense. So if it's a foul, you gotta call a foul. That's all I be talking. What's his name? Joel?
Yeah.
That's what I be telling Joel, is like, call a foul, bro. Because we gotta know what's defense.
That fall back on Greg though. Because Greg gotta have that talk with his refs and let them know, if you see it, call it. It keep confusion down.
That's all I be beefing about, bro. It's like, we ain't mad that you calling fouls, but let us know, because that's good defense if you're not calling fouls and it dribbled out. When O dribbled out of bounds, if you felt Damo fouled him, you should have called foul.
And that's what I keep saying. That's why we refs, or they gonna be fans. That's why we
had that issue last time when what's name got fouled and Joel called out of bounds instead of calling the foul. They're gonna turn around and say, "All right, I'm gonna give him the foul." Had to tee a nigga up. If you'd have did the right thing the first time, we wouldn't have had that issue.
That's all I'm saying. Because my thing is, you can't ref this like this. Lansdowne was Lansdowne. You gotta ref this like the BSN, bro. Like, we're a little bit more competitive in the BSN than Lansdowne. Lansdowne, you gotta go through 25 games to get to the playoffs. When you here, you got 10. These 10 mean something. You feel me? So when you out here playing defense, you gotta know what you're gonna get away with and what you're not gonna get away with.
Big three.
Like, because my thing was, I ain't mad at I beating them. They beat us, but it can't be beating them up in the second half. They up 5 to 6 fouls to nothing, and we playing hard defense, and you calling fouls, and then when we getting hand checked on the other end or a motherfucker reaching, the whistle ain't being blown.
It's
So it's
funny.
like you don't know where you stand in that. Like,
see,
I just
let me comment on this shit, because to be honest with you, I agree with you to a point. I look at some people and they say, "Oh, this is the star." Now, I don't call out no names, but I'm watching how some players can literally get away with a lot of dirty ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they can grab, they can pull you to them. They can, when they on defense, they swatting and hitting all day, and the shit don't get called. I get it. I definitely get it. And then when you on y'all end, it's like, well, damn, I'm gonna go do the same thing. Let's see if we're gonna let it slide. You gotta have it one or two ways. You either gonna say we're gonna call it tight, or we ain't gonna call it at all. And I think sometimes you get caught up in that shit when, as a referee, from watching these referees, they get caught up in it and then they make the call at the wrong time. It was a play this week that made me say, wow. And it was with Mimi and them, matter of fact. Mimi and them coming down the court. I didn't think Mimi got fouled on the 3. Dude put his hand up. They called a foul. And I'm like, yo, you just down on the other end, just watch the dude get clotheslined. They didn't call that shit. But then he turned around and they called the most softest touch foul ever on a 3. I'm like, bro, what are we doing here? Like, you can't let it get fucked up.
I talked to the ref about that, and he said he called the foul when Mimi shot the 3 because he was threatening his landing spot.
That's bullshit, though. And look,
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I'm a ref. That was bullshit because he wasn't even in his landing spot. And if
I agree with you,
Mimi kicked his feet out. So how can you say he landed in a landing spot when Mimi is basically kicking his feet out?
I agree with you, but I think that was maybe a makeup call, but I don't know.
That's bullshit, because again, I'm watching y'all let them play. This is why I say you can't do both. You can't let teams play all day and then all of a sudden at the end, oh, I'm gonna call this touch foul. And I'm gonna be real. Barry got fucked up going to the basket. He got cleaned up. They didn't call it. Then they came down and Mimi shot a 3 and the dude didn't touch him. It was Older Selby. Older Selby didn't touch him. They called the foul. The second time Older Selby did hit him on his legs where he could have got hurt. But the first time he didn't touch him. And I said, yo, Barry just got cleaned the fuck up and nobody called nothing.
They did that same shit. They did that same shit with Brandon. Brandon got fouled shooting a 3. Nigga, they just ignored that shit.
Yeah, same thing with Val. Val got fouled on the layup and ain't getting the animal call.
Val got fouled on the layup. That's what I'm saying. Right there, like, I need to know how they doing it. This the playoffs. Shit gonna be more intense. Shit might come down to that one possession. We need to know, is y'all gonna let niggas play? Is y'all going to side with a team?
Nigga, you been on this Zoom for an hour. You ain't did no work yet. What the fuck kind of job?
Listen, babe, it's Sunday. You know what I mean? It's Sunday.
Yo,
I don't do no work. I just gotta, yeah. But listen, I just need to know where they going with it. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome back.
I gotta know what Uncle Nate. Is Uncle Nate gonna be the lead ref? Is Scroll gonna be the lead ref? Is Joel gonna be the lead ref? They gotta start. They gotta start huddling up and coming to some type of.
The person I allowed to go get all the referees is Joel. I consider Joel as the senior official, the lead ref. So, but they all have the same power. Remember that they're referees. They have the whistles. They know what they're blowing. They know how to work it. But Joel,
I understand.
Not go to.
So I got a question.
What up?
Since
what's up, fellas?
Since Perk on here now, I got a question. Perk, do you think your guys gonna make any noise in the playoffs? We already talked about y'all, but do you personally think y'all gonna make any? We said y'all one and done. I got them getting y'all ass out of there. I'm just asking you.
It's gonna be a good game. We'll see what happens.
He just lied.
Everybody comes to play. We'll see. Huh?
You just lied.
You said what? Nah, bro. Lied. I'm saying I think it could be a good game, bro. We just gotta fight. We just gotta fight and see what happens.
I'm talking about
Anything's
This
basketball.
possible. It's only one basketball out there.
for it to be a good game though. My honest opinion, for it to be a good game, y'all gotta have some people show up. And when I say some people, you need Brandon to be there on time. You need the other Brandon.
Brandon Jennings?
No, I'm talking about, you know what Brandon I'm talking about. Stop playing. You need
He
Brandon
said-
No,
Russell.
he said Brandon Jennings to help their ass out.
You need Brandon Russell. You need the other Brandon. You're gonna need Donald to show up because at least he can give you something. You need Dort to show up. You need those guys to show up to help your team win. Because if you come back with the squad that you just had this week, y'all gonna get beat by 30.
To be honest with you, they could have won that game if Perk would have went into takeover mode.
Right. If him and
If
Brandon
Perk would have
Brandon
played,
kept a minute.
if Perk would have played how I heard he played up York, PA, then they would have won the game. Perk,
But he played like he played in Nebraska.
yeah, he be trying to facilitate too much. I know he won't work on his point guard skills, but sometimes this ain't the league for the point guard skills, especially when you know your personnel.
Yeah, I got every video from Nebraska.
Yeah, I didn't really know the chemistry of the team and all stuff. I really wasn't sure yet. I mean, I was trying to figure it out during the game, but you know, it happens.
The chemistry,
the warm-up game. So
the chemistry was you and Brandon get the ball, everybody else get out the way.
You passed up so many threes that I usually see you take, and I said, "What the fuck is Perk doing?"
Yeah,
That was a good little matchup.
Gotta get everybody involved.
Van, though, that was solid.
Say it again.
Who?
Perk and Van, when they was matched up, that was good. I like that. They was going back and forth. That was good matchup.
Yeah, that's my guy right there, man. Good people.
I tried to pump that shit up, it wouldn't work.
Nah, man, you can't do that, man. It's my guy.
Yeah. But yeah,
we're gonna play good regardless whether somebody talking or not.
If him, Brandon, and Lord Lou Dort, if they there, they can probably make some noise. But you need the aggressive Perk, not this facilitating bullshit, because that's not going to work. Because you facilitating to who?
Right.
But does Brandon Russell take the good shots?
Brandon Russell was the reason they was in the game last week.
He was the reason for a while, but the first half, he was just throwing up some fucking shots.
Because he was trying to impress people.
Nah, he got the...
Once he got comfortable and got settled, he did him.
Nah, yo, he was 0 forever in the first half, yo. He was 0 forever, yo.
He was J.R. Smith in the first half.
But that's what they was throwing that motherfucker. They brought him there to score the ball. They didn't bring him.
Dave asked him to come do that though. So
yeah, they ain't bring him there for nothing else. They brought him there to score the ball. You only can score if you shoot.
But he got to pace himself because he got to know there's no sub over there. They started to come back when he was on the bench, and then when he finally subbed back
a little
in,
bit. I think he was kind of using a lot of more energy. He was tired, so he kind of used the energy to come back.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He made a really good coaching decision by throwing y'all in that. Yeah.
That was good call. That was
real good because that saved him a little bit too, to allow him to wake up more often, so he didn't have to work so. But this week, I don't know how you're going to do that when you're going up against a guy like James, and I know Lamb is coming back, and I wouldn't even be shocked to show up. So
it was a nice season. It was a nice season, buddy.
He said nice. Just
you know, I ain't gonna never lie to Nick.
And I'm gonna be real. I just said this earlier, Perk, before you got on. I said if the young boys had their young boys on this team, this shit would have been a whole different.
Is Andrew Bynum? Did Andrew Bynum go back to school? Is he in school?
Yeah, he gone.
Bug, right?
He gone.
Not Bug. The big fella they brought in a couple weeks ago.
The other one that could dunk, the skinny one.
The one they brought, he wants to shoot a lot of jump shots, but he moved like Andrew Bynum.
That's
Donald. Talking about Donald. No, he played last week.
Donald played last week, but Donald's soft. So see, it's a different dynamic. So Donald can stretch it, but the problem with Donald is he don't want to bang against dudes like James. He'll get killed. He'll get dunked on.
If he can give them some type of defensive presence, they got a shot. Because as long as they keep Joe Pace on the floor, they got a shot.
If he was to get him a gun for Christmas, he couldn't get him.
As long as they keep Joe Pace on the floor, they got a shot.
They
got a shot.
if he was to get him a
Joe
gun on
Pace
Christmas, he
ain't
could get him
guarding
no
a
defensive weapon.
motherfucking body.
He said
He ain't. Joe Pace ain't guard. Joe Pace gonna guard the dude that was fumbling the ball. If he go guard him, they good.
You can turn into this little.
Yeah, go see what happens. We gotta get
It's
a
gonna
good
be.
fight though, man. Like,
But
you
But if
never
Joe
know.
Pace got to guard somebody with some kind of skill, if he got to guard a Brandon, a Lou Dort, he in world of trouble.
But y'all banking on Joe Pace. I'm saying they're gonna have Lamb, James, Usher, Terry. That's
No,
enough.
he is gonna be there. He still got COVID.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I see that. But now, I mean, you never know. It
You
could
Lamb
have an
might go
up there,
off
yo. You
and
never
do
know, bro.
Does Terry show up and throw off they rhythm?
And there you go. See, that's the matchups, right? That we've been talking about. I've watched how Terry
Swole a petty motherfucker. Yo.
This the playoffs.
They don't play well.
If Terry come, Dave don't be that effective because
And
Terry
neither
need the
does James.
ball in his hand to be
And neither
effective,
does
and
James.
Devin needed the ball in his hand to be effective.
Listen,
Like
Terry on the court with James, it was like oil and water from what I didn't see.
James gonna check. James
James
gonna check right out.
Yeah,
James gonna check right out. He gonna check right out.
Timeouts early and shit. Be like, look, bro, you got to throw the ball into him early to allow him to win.
He gonna check right out. He not even gonna play. If Terry there, he not gonna play. I already know it.
But when they play
It's like
Thursday,
that.
they play Thursday.
Yeah, they play Thursday.
Yeah.
They play Thursday.
Like
I believe they play Thursday at 7.
So did y'all make up because I know y'all going to Vegas for the Ravens game. So did y'all make up a time?
You moving too fast. You moving too fast.
I just want to know for, you know what I'm saying?
So what time do we play on Thursday?
I think y'all play at 7.
7. I believe it's 7.
Yeah. Because matter of fact, it is 7 because barbecue chicken plays at 8.
8.
5 plays at 9. So the 4-5 matchup would be at 7 on Thursday. Y'all play at 7.
Oh, yeah. All right, bet.
So make sure you in the gym an hour and a half early. Perk, get all your shots.
I was training kids. I came late. My parents, I couldn't shortchange what I wanted to tell them. I agree. It's in the conversation. But I'll be there on time, though.
I like that. You can't shortchange the kids. That's the future.
Because he's hooping with kids.
Say it again, Greg.
He hooping with kids.
What do you say?
Oh, right.
Yes.
Look, I think this
Greg.
Very good. We're gonna have a lot of a really good time with the playoffs.
Do we invite Team Gotti to the next BSN?
They want to get in it.
Hey.
Do you make that call, Greg? Do you make that call?
You talking to me or him?
I'm talking to you, Greg. I'm talking. You got the pull.
But I'm gonna see y'all Thursday though. I'm about to get out of here though.
All right, good brother. Do you make that call?
That'll be a good look for the BSN.
Hey, that'll be a good look, period, because you know what I'm saying we want to see different faces.
It's different
leagues help out leagues.
Let me give y'all a little.
And they'll come too. They'll come out and play.
Let me give y'all a little. Hold up. I've got 5 teams right now that are not state of Baltimore, Maryland, in Maryland at all, right? That are saying they want to be in this shit. So that's a good look, right? Which means what? We got to go get some outside referees as well, right? So you won't have those same faces.
So is the 5 teams you talking about? Is 2 of them including Charles Peoples?
No, that's the point.
So that's 7 teams then.
And that's the point. So it's like, yo, we got some teams that want to be in this thing. So I'm looking at expansion. And when I say expansion, 16 teams, I'll be blessed with 16 teams. If I got to do 4 games on a Saturday, 4 games on a Sunday, or 2 games on Tuesday, 2 games on Thursday, that's what I'll do because it's going to make it better for the league.
Why you just can't do 6, 7, 8, and 9 then?
Well, I didn't want to do 6 because of people work schedules. I ain't know how everybody's gonna get out there.
Only 9 niggas work.
Maybe you could just add an extra team on a third. I mean, on a Tuesday schedule. You can go 3, 3, and huh?
What if we get the 16 teams that want to be in this thing?
Hey,
special invitation only, huh? Special invitation. That's it.
I mean,
cap on your league.
To be honest with you,
I want my cap to be at 16.
Do you think the Heart Foundation come back?
you don't have the facilities. You don't have the facilities to house that, so you can't. You got to be real.
I do. I have the days to do it, but my issue is I know that everybody don't want to do it on no Saturday. But see, we got things to work with behind closed door with that shit, so that's okay. Don't worry about that. I got
long as Greg stay on your administrative board, I'm cool with it. And let's get Dev off the mic. He ain't it.
Oh, you was talking about longest. I'm on the board.
Yeah, as long as you on the board, I'm. They need to add you into the BSN.
why y'all want Dev off the microphone, man?
Dev he don't give it because you gotta be something on the court in order to be given flack on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Like we cool with Greg the way Greg, because Greg crack jokes all the time and he gonna say what he gonna say. But Dev, you calling other teams some shit and then we watch your game and you don't get niggas nothing. Like you got your own man screaming at you. Nice being nice, keep putting you on the starting lineup, but Nice know he really should be coming out the bench. But Nice just ain't.
That's Dev right there in Texas Swole. Like, shut the fuck up.
Hey, he my guy. I told you. He showed his ass down. He showed his ass down, Lansdowne.
That's because he came off vacation. He was at the beach.
He had 25 when we played. They lost. He had 20. Mm-hmm. He had about 20.
Yo,
down there, and then he came out BSN and laid a fucking egg.
So many people want that man off the mic, yo. That shit ain't funny, yo.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, right? They all hitting like, yo, get his ass off the mic. I'm like, look, bro, that's his job. That I ain't letting him go.
He more so a play-by-play announcer instead of like we want to hear funny jokes and going at motherfuckers. Don't be on that play. He passed the lead. Lou passed the lead.
That's what he be doing.
If y'all, we want color commentary, not play-by-play. Through the legs, has he? Spin. Awful shot.
Yeah. I try to get that shit on the side, but I like it what Greg and Dev been doing though.
I like it. I just give my man a hard time. He gotta practice in the mirror and come up with some legit jokes and bring it on an actual court. But
I thought he was gonna come out there and hoop with us today though.
I would love if you made that call though to Team Gotti.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something.
Even GU. Like,
oh yeah, God, you.
Yeah. I mean, because Lee's gonna help Lee's. That's what it's all about. There's no competition out here. Lee's gonna help Lee's. We just want to play the best.
Yeah.
There's no disrespect to no one's given, but don't nobody look forward to playing that game. If it was up to me, we'd have played an extra game against Barbecue Chicken or an extra game against Grumpy Old Men or an extra game against Vision instead of that no unforgiving game. That just, I'm tired of it. It don't even feel fun when the game over in the first half. It does nothing. It does nothing. And the fact that
fellas, I see y'all Tuesday. My wife calling me for dinner.
And it's no disrespect.
It's up in the corner, but it's straight.
Niggas tried to offer yo or help yo recruit so they can be some type of competitive team, and yo just neglecting like, nah, we good.
Right.
Like, he could at least brought the old guard back who was on the team, and niggas wouldn't even been mad at that, but y'all ain't even bring yo back. So yeah.
Well, it's been good. We gonna see how it goes on Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely.
You having a good one.
It's gonna be a dog fight, babe.
It should be fun, man. I like it.
It's gonna be a dog fight. That's what it's all about, babe.
Let's make sure that game is a classic BSN playoff game, because I think it's gonna be. I do.
Charles, take your meds, keep yourself hydrated, all that, because when I actually played some decent basketball. My
Wasn't
film
there.
wasn't up on
Yeah.
them. Hey,
Yep.
everybody else shit. 'Cause I like to analyze. I like to go back and watch film and see
Yeah.
where I missed.
I couldn't do it all. I'm sitting there like,
I
damn,
understand.
boy, all this.
But Charles, make sure he take his meds. Y'all make sure y'all stay on top, bro. Make sure he eating good. Make sure he stay hydrated. See my man got cut. I'm proud of
Yeah,
y'all for getting my
trying
man
to
a
feel
cut.
good. He got that job. He feeling good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Over there working at GameStop doing his thing and shit.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
He
yeah,
got
man.
10% discount on the 2K then since he working back at GameStop.
Yeah. I already told him that shit. I said I need some UK short come out this week, come out Friday. So you
They
know,
come out Friday?
yeah, the 10th.
I don't even got I got a PS4, but that shit dusty. I need to get me a 5.
Yeah, hey, they'll be all out here. The files will be out here real soon, but for everybody.
They saying Walmart got them bitches for $800 now.
Because it's the bundle though.
Is the bundle what come with the bundle?
Get an extra controller, the headset, the camera, and a game.
Okay, well that's worth the $800 then.
Worth $800. But all right, Swole, man. I appreciate you. We're gonna get out of here. Go take
Appreciate
your
you.
work, man. Go do